2, but this is not a only Street Fighter 2 game as the previous installments. This is, wait for it, this is, not kidding you not, Super Street Fighter 2, the new characters. This is a new IP made by the same devs. Frankly, this is one of those IPs that I have. Now, I'm not sure what was the whole point with that title, but I guess they want to add that much of a huge aesthetic to it. So, what makes this mostly different is that. So, what makes this different than the actual predecessors that Super Street Fighter 2, as in the Super Edition, it's actually different than the actual main arcades. In the original installments, they utilized a custom chamber 1, which was kind of outdated to its time, but in all the cases, they wanted to upgrade it to a different hardware that was superior with the previous title. And yes, I'm not playing with an arcade stick, I'm playing with a DualShock 4 to make sure I wasn't kidding. Because I noticed that using a DualShock 4 is somewhat effective to some degree. Now, I will say I want to use an arcade stick to some degree, but it is one of those titles where I don't really see myself. I mean, I don't usually play with a DualShock 4 a lot, but I just want to test out if using the DualShock 4 is more effective than the arcade stick. Because I noticed I usually suck at trying to beat the game with the arcade stick, and I realized that it's not really the case. Now, in case you didn't notice, Street Fighter 2 has been, the Super Edition of Street Fighter 2 has been ported with Ultra Street Fighter 2, which was a title made of the same name for the Nintendo Switch. And in case you can't notice, Capcom released the title, the remake for the Nintendo Switch, and it was coming for that due to the fact that they wanted people to play Street Fighter 2 on the go. Of course, this was a huge flop. That was a huge flop for the Nintendo Switch. And a lot of times, Capcom started release the title again with the Street Fighter 30 Anniversary Edition for both the PS4 and the Switch. I don't have one of those, but I only have the emulators for the ROM. So frankly, Street Fighter 2, they upgrade the actual game by adding new music and new aesthetics and new posters for the characters. They also added new character models to it. Like, it's kind of hard to say I really want to play with the arcade stick that much because I usually play for the actual feel. I want to see what was the whole point. Because a lot of the pros from EVO will usually use arcade sticks and never really use the DualShock 4. There was never a time where I watched some live streams from EVO tournaments where I saw a couple of players or comparators use DualShock 4s or controllers. It was never that point. I mean, that was even relevant in the PS3 ages when the DualShock 3 was still usable. But most people don't really use it that much in consistency. And I wanted to know if this game is really it's easier if you play with both the arcade stick and the controller. Now, as I said, if I don't get past a match in the video, because keep in mind, I have this difficulty of 1. And technically, when you have the difficulty set to 1, the game would be on make easy. Now, it makes more sense if you put it on 3 because it would be my fault if I want to have that difficulty higher. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense how the enemies can take too much damage and still kick you in one match. It's kind of weird. But then again, I don't usually expect this. What's kind of odd is that I defeated the arcade mode. I already did finish the arcade mode in Ultra Street Fighter 2, and that was a title way back in the day. Now don't get me wrong, I still have the title with me. Yes, I still have this title in my possession. And frankly, it was one of the titles that would reach for the Nintendo Switch, and vice versa. Now, I figured that this was released when... I figured that I got this game because I figured that it's a great game to play with 2 players, and the Joy-Cons makes it easier to play co-op, or play multiplayer to some degree. I don't know, I got Ultra Street Fighter 2 the Final Challengers for the Switch because back then, I usually want to play as a 2-player game with Counter Forces, but I tried to play the RI mode because the Nintendo Switch has a better netcode with the PS4. And what makes this different than the PS4 is that nobody when I play RI multiplayer on the Switch, it was way superior than the PS4. Because I noticed that a lot of times when I play RI with Street Fighter 2, there was a lot of lag going on. There was so much lag going on with the PS4 that I couldn't understand why. And whenever I want to play multiplayer, I usually play with the Nintendo Switch. Because the console for the Switch, the console on the Switch has a way better connectivity maintenance compared to the PS4. And frankly, you have frame rate droppings, glitches, and a lot of frame rate issues going on. I don't usually see myself playing any type of title for any matter. I just make sure that I try to get the best accessibility possible. It's not really my fault that I bought the game for the Switch. I just usually want to own the title to some degree. But now I'm playing Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers. And it's kind of weird since I actually playing this on an emulator for the first time because a lot of times when I first played the title there was a lot of issues going on. Apparently this game was pretty much ported to, I think, the Super Street Fighter series has been ported with the SNES, and I should know this because I have a SNES crack. But then I usually can't blame to some degree. Bypass the third opponent. I know you might say I should block, but